Canada has imposed 100% tariff on imports of Chinese-made electric vehicles, mirroring the U.S. What are the important implications of this move in the auto industry for the international trade relations?
When I saw it, I got it because of the relationship between U.S. and Canada, but the tariffs thing usually don't end well. Like even going back to value, even if we talk about, and I know you guys got criticized for Puff segment, but the message he gave is a really important one. Mm-hmm. There's only so far you can climb before you can take on these entities and they take you down.
Facts.
That's a mitigation of risk conversation.
Facts. Mm-hmm.
So to the tariffs, I'm like, I get the U.S. is doing this with China, but if Canada is in trouble with their banking system and things are being compressed, can you afford to go to war with China? It's like,
are you strong enough?
I don't think the U.S. is not going to have your back if hell on earth breaks out for you in Canada. So I get the doing it from an alliance standpoint, but if there's an economic, let's say contraction because recession isn't here, now is not the time for war.
Facts.
So I think it was a misstep. I know they needed to do it for the support from the U.S., but I wouldn't have wanted to be forced to do this.
Yeah. Could be sensationalized as well. I'm thinking to myself, the EV market in America.
Yes.
How big is it? 7% of vehicles?
Yes.
What do you think the EV market is in Canada?
Maybe. I mean, it's cold. It's cold.
Right. So it's probably even less, which means
maybe
that
3%.
Probably even smaller.
Okay.
All right. So you think how many EVs are moving from China to Canada?
Mm-hmm.
Probably not that many.
Yeah.
So, I mean, does it bring in that much income that is right? The first thing is like, are you powerful enough? But it could lead to other things that now China decides that, hey, we're going to put a tariff on this. Like the U.S. can dabble with this, right? We can put tariffs,
we have more power,
and we have more. We have more innovation.
That's one thing we talked about with Tim Scott. Like the tariffs on China did have an impact on farms and small businesses. We can act like as if it didn't. It had a tremendous impact.
It had an impact on tech, right? NVIDIA wasn't always at this rate,
yeah.
Right? Like when we're talking about it 3 years ago, it was under $200. Yeah. It hurts, right? So you can say, hey, you can't make these chips for this country, and we can go vice versa with technology. We can do with agriculture, but like, do you have that luxury, right? You do the EV, they pull a move, you can't recover really. Yeah. But your alliance obviously is going to be to America, so it's interesting. But I don't think the impact is as great because the market's so small,
and also it's not worth the risk. If the reward outweighs the risk by 5 or 10, great. You have a small EV market, but if China puts tariffs on you in a bunch of different areas, it can gridlock your economy.
Yeah. Well, majority of their economy, the largest sector is finances.
They told me that foreigners can't buy real estate right now, something like that.
It's like
in Canada, there's a lot going on. But then also shout out to Will.i.am till we forgot about him.
He spoke.
He spoke. It was crazy. He actually talked about how he invested in Tesla before Elon Musk took the company over, and that's a great lesson too because he was saying that they booked him for a show, Black Eyed Peas for a show, and he got paid $600,000 to perform like a corporate gig.
Yeah.
And but he was interested in electric cars. So he did research, long story short, and he wanted to set up a meeting up with the founders, and he drove to wherever they was located, San Jose or whatever. And he met with the founders of Tesla. People don't know Elon Musk is not a founder of Tesla. Yeah. And he met with the founders of Tesla, and he believed in it. He invested $80,000 in Tesla.
Amazing investment.
Before Elon took over, and his exact words, he's like, that 80,000 has turned into so many zeros behind it. Now it's crazy. And he was like,
also shows power of a 10 to 15-year hold.
Yeah. And he still hasn't sold
this is longer than that.
He's like, he still has not sold his Tesla position.
And the other company too, not the big company, but the phone company too. He still got them shares.
Oh,
he hasn't sold anything.
Yeah. So
and the audio that audio company as well.
And we got to talk about the revolutionary, but things you can see when people are really wealthy is how relaxed and how chill he was. You can like feel the wealth coming up and how smart he is. I don't think people understand. I got a chance to talk to him for 5 minutes. I heard we're going to talk about stuff coming. That app.
Oh, you heard
it. Telegram. Prayers for your founder who got locked up, but this may take that over.
Yeah.
The capabilities in that app And you know, I don't come on here and just
FYI, that's the app. FYI. Well, shout out to Will I Am. But yeah, that was another one that was super informative.
Andrew Tate and the Telegram founder. You can only speak out on, I'm getting on this real fast, in and out. You can only speak on certain things before it's not worth the risk.
Well, that's what 50 said yesterday about Puff.
Yeah.
No, it's not. Kanye, like, bro. Yeah, disassemble your whole life and the public are watching, clap while it's happening and won't do anything to support you. So even on Black, I'm like, well, I want y'all to talk about the Bilderberg. You crazy? Shout out to Bill and Berg.